Hello everyone, my name is Adedoyin and you're welcome to my channel. To my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your continuous support. So today guys, we'll be looking at theories of juvenile delinquency. Juvenile delinquency, as you all know, is a crime that is committed by younger children, usually within the age range of 10 to 17 years old, and cannot be treated as like an adult when they commit a crime. So they are, they are catered for by a special law that attends to juveniles. To get more knowledge on juvenile delinquency, I would advise you to kindly check my other videos on juvenile delinquency so that you can understand what's all about, the types, and every other thing you need to know. So today, we'll be looking at the theories of juvenile delinquency. There are several theories of crime, but I've picked out some of the theories that I will be using in explaining juvenile delinquency. And they are, I'll be explaining the strain theory, using the strain theory, the behavioral theory, and the labeling theory. Number one is the strain theory. The strain theory was propounded by Robert Martin in 1938. This theory explains that crime occurs as a result of a strain between socially approved goals and socially approved means. The theory argues that strain occurs as a result of not having enough opportunity to, achieve the standard goals of a society. What this theory is simply saying is that in a society, there's a set standard of goals. Every society has a standard that, okay, this is the standard of goals, this is what they regard as, as success. This is the standard for success. They can say success in a society can be like, okay, you're not successful until you've been able to, get a good job, get married. It depends on the society. There's a standard goal for success. But because there's a standard, and also there are legitimate means to achieve this success. That means to say, as there's a standard goal, what they call the standard for it, or what they call success, or what the standard goal is, there are also legitimate means. There's a legitimate goal, there's a legitimate means. Those are the two key words I want you to understand. There's a legitimate goal for success. There's a legitimate goal. That is, there's a standard, or there's what they call societal, that's the success standard for a society. There's also a legitimate means to achieve this success. But in a situation where there are no, enough opportunities to achieve this success, crime now occurs because some people cannot meet up with this standard, or they cannot go through this legitimate means. Because of this, lack of opportunity to achieve this standard or success, they now result in crime. Those ones now, you decide that, well, since I can't go through the legitimate means, I can't, achieve the standard, I would result into crime. That is why people result into crime. So yes, so he further explained that when people now resolve into crime, they now begin to adapt. They look for other adaptation mechanisms to be able to cope with the situation. So, and then he explained these 5 adaptive natures, as there are 5 of them. We have the innovation, we have the retreatism, we have the ritualism, we have the conformists, and we have the rebellion. So I'll be explaining them one after the other. Number 1, innovation. These are people, or now we're explaining juveniles. These are children in the society that, yes, they've accepted that there's a set standard, there's a socially approved goal, but they have not accepted this legitimate means to achieving that goal. So what these children do now is they've understood that, okay, in the society, to make money or to be rich or to, be wealthy, you need to go to school, come out, or to get a certificate and become, a literate person. You need to go to school, your school, university and everything, and then come out with a certificate. And then, you tender it to get a job or to at least know that you are a graduate. But they understand that that is the set goal, the set standard, or the legitimate standard of goal or success for the society. But they are not ready to go through the legitimate means. The legitimate means to achieve success or get a good job is to, go to school. I mean, the natural, I don't mean the situation of things now, but I mean the normal way before, or the way it should be, or the set standard of that of society is that, yes, when you go to school, you are done, you're now a graduate, you get a certificate, or you go to school, when you are done, you now get a good job, then yes, that is the legitimate that's the legitimate goal. Now, the means to achieving it is to go to school, face your study, so that you can come out with good grades. But because these ones understand the goal, that yes, we have to go to school to get a certificate, I have to go to school to get a good job, but they are not ready to go through the means. And what are the means? The means is for you to, be able to read your book, burn the midnight candles, and put in the effort to succeed in school. But they are not ready to go through this means. So what they do is they now devise their own means. And what is the means? They go through the shortcuts. These are children or juveniles that are not engaged in examination malpractices, which is a crime. They're not engaged in all different kind of shortcuts, examination malpractices of, maybe carrying, booking, or doing some things, that is not approved. And so just to achieve that goal, and so which is a crime. That's number one. That's an adaptive measure. The second one is, after innovation, we now have retreatism. Retreatism, people in this, juveniles in this category are people that, they did not accept the legitimate means, neither did they accept the goal, neither did they accept the means. These ones, they've concluded that they are going to engage in negative behaviors. They are not ready to go through any stress. They are not ready to engage in that, okay, this is it. They don't even want to understand it. They have not accepted the fact that this is the goal of the society of success. They are not interested in that. And they are not also interested in the fact that, okay, I have to go through this stress. No. They have resolved to go into crime. These are the criminals themselves. They've decided to go into petty. They start from petty stealing, from minor offenses till they graduate into major criminal activities and all. So those are those categories. Then we have the third category of people, which are the ritualism. This category, these ones, they understand, they've accepted the means. They understand that, yes, when I go to school, I have to read my book very well. In fact, these are intelligent students. They are intelligent juveniles. They know what they are doing. They are intelligent. They are, they put in the work. They are ready to go through the hard work. But along the line, they lose sight of the goal. The goal is to achieve that success through educational success, like through their education, coming out with good grades. But these ones, they're intelligent, they've been able to read their books and all, but along the line, they lose sight of the goal. And the goal is to achieve that success. You get that certificate to get a good job and all. But instead, they might even be first-class students. But along the line, they meet with, maybe some peers, negative peers, and they get into negative behaviors, and perhaps they get into drugs. These are examples of them are the drug users. These are people that when they came into the school, they are intelligent, they know what they're doing, they put in the effort and all, but along the line, they lost sight of the goal, and they became drug users. And so that was how they flipped into crime. Then number 4, we have the conformists. The conformists are people that, these ones, They are the people that conform to the society's standard. They've approved the socially approved goal, the legitimate goal. They also approve the legitimate means. They are ready to do everything legitimate to achieve the success, and they put their time into it. They put in effort into it. They do not, they are not easily swayed by peers. They are not easily, they don't get into, negative behaviors. They don't get into deviant acts. These are people that, eventually do what they have to do, and they succeed legitimately. And the last one are the rebellions. These are people that negate the socially approved goals and the socially approved means. These ones have concluded that they will continue to negate the means. They negate the standard, they negate the goal, they negate the means, and that they now resolve into crime, because not necessarily because they can't read or they can't go through the means, but they resulted into crime perhaps because they want to take a revenge on maybe their parent or a guardian. They resolve into crime because they want to inflict pain on others. That's what gives them pleasure. So this is what the first theory is explaining. Now, the second theory is the behavioral theory. What this theory explains is that accusation, this theory was propounded by PAVLOV 1987 and Watson 1913. These behaviorists, they explain crime as, they believe that crime occurs as a result of a learning of acquisition of new behaviors in the society. They stress the fact that the behavior, a response to external stimuli, shaping one's actions or one's behavior. That is the way one interacts, the way juveniles interact with their society, where they find themselves, the environment as a way, it has, a response, or it has an influence on their behavior. And it also shapes the fact that if a society sets a law or they have a standard that, it stresses the reward system, that if there's a reward that for, negative behaviors committed by juveniles, then negative behaviors or crime will continue. But that when punishments are put in place, that a juvenile knows that when he does this, this is the punishment that follows, and it is known and it is standardized, then negative behaviors or crime will reduce or it will be discontinued. Number 3, the last theory I'll be talking about today is the labeling theory. This labeling theory was propounded by BECKER in 1963. This, theory explains crime from the societal's point of view, from a social context, rather than looking at the individual themselves. That means to say, it's more of, I don't want to use it's more of like stereotyping. It's more or less like, looking at an individual's, or, foreseeing an individual committing a crime as a result of the society's knowledge about such people or such a person from such category, instead of looking at the individual themselves. What this theory is simply saying is that some crime occurs when that a minor, or a juvenile, yes, or a minor, they are said to commit crime, or they are likely to offend when they've been labeled that. That means to say, if you look at a minor, a juvenile now, you say, this juvenile, like some people, I've met some people and I've heard some people say they don't like male children. They don't want to have male kids, like that they prefer females, because they have this notion that females are tender, they are easy to, they cannot easily get into crime. So because of that, they are of the opinion that, hey, male children are stubborn, they like to explore. It's easy for them to get involved in criminal activities. So because of that, they've lived. In fact, when they go to anywhere that a crime has been committed, and they look at the place, they look at it that it must be the male that committed that crime. And then this theory is saying that once you start to tag a child, or you begin to label a child as a criminal, it's just a matter of time. He is likely to offend, is likely to continue, or to get involved in that crime. It's just like telling a child, like a parent telling a child for no reason every day, just see a child and say, you're all day, all day, all day. It's just a matter of time. Before you know it, or you're not smart enough, you're dumb. It's just a matter of time. You see that child behaving dumb continuously. And that's how it happens. So therefore, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So therefore, these are the theories that are used in explaining juvenile delinquency. Thank you so much for staying tuned on this video. Kindly like, share, and please do well to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you again in my next video. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.